Dear students, welcome to another session of Grade 9 Mathematics, Chapter 6, Lines and Angles. In this seventh part of the chapter, we'll discuss in detail the solutions for NCERT exercise 6.3, question number 4, question number 5, and question number 6. First of all, let us understand question number 4, which says, in the given figure, if lines PQ and RS intersect at point T such that angle PRT is equal to 40 degree, angle RPT is equal to 95 degree, and angle TSQ is equal to 75 degree. Then find SQT. The given data is also mentioned in the figure below. Let's observe this figure and quickly get to the solution of question number 4.
Dear students, after reading the question, I want you to be very clear about something that is mentioned or that is not mentioned. Here, it nowhere says that PR and SQ are parallel lines. So kindly don't interpret these two lines as parallel lines, because this is a common mistake that children do in the examination. But what has been given over here is that angle PRT is equal to 40 degree, angle RPT is equal to 95 degree, and angle TSQ is equal to 75 degree, which is already mentioned in the figure itself. And we have been asked to find angle SQT. Where is angle SQT? It's over here. Now, I say it again, kindly don't consider these as parallel lines, because I often found in the examination what students do is, considering this as parallel lines, they take 95 and this angle Q as interior alternate angles and mention the value of angle Q as 95, which is incorrect, which is wrong. So what we shall do is, without considering them as parallel lines, we cannot, because it is not given in the question, let's proceed the other way around. You could observe over here that angle PRT, yes, angle PRT is a triangle. Likewise, angle STQ is also a triangle. Now, if we get into triangle PRT, the measure of two angles are already given. Can I find the measure of this angle? Let's find out. So, in triangle PRT, 95 degree plus 40 degree plus this angle, that is angle PTR, should be equal to 180. So 95 plus 40, it happens to be 135. So 135 degree plus angle PTR is equal to 180. So what would angle PTR be then? 180 minus 135, and when you do 180 minus 135, you will get the answer as 45 degree. So angle PTR happens to be 45. Now my dear students, if this is 45, what is the measure of this angle? Yes, this would also be 45, because these two are vertically opposite angles. So, in the next step, I will write that angle STQ, that is this angle, is equal to angle PTR. PTR, that is this angle. Why? Vertically opposite angles are they. Okay? So therefore, angle STQ will be equal to angle PTR. What is angle PTR? PTR. What is it? 45 degree. So STQ is equal to 45 degree. Okay. Now I've got STQ is equal to 45 degree. What are we supposed to find? Angle SQT. SQT, that is this angle, right? Now, how can I proceed by? Yes, it is very clearly observed over here that this is also a triangle, and now I have the measure of two angles out of the three angles. So I can measure the third angle. How should I proceed by? In triangle STQ, I have 75 degree plus 45 degree plus this angle, that is angle SQT, and the sum should be equal to 180 degree. That is sum of all the three angles. So when I add them up, what do I get? 75 plus 45 happens to be 120 degree plus angle SQT is equal to 180. So angle SQT will be equal to 180. 120 goes to the other side, becomes minus 120. Hence SQT is equal to 180 minus 120 is 60 degree. So this is the final answer. I hope the solution was clear to you all. Observe the figure. That's the most important part in geometry. Now let's proceed to question number 5.
Now, let us get into question number 5. Question says, in figure, if PQ is perpendicular to PS, PQ is parallel to SR, angle SQR is equal to 28 degree, and angle QRT is equal to 65 degree, then find the values of X and Y as shown in the figure below. Let's get to the solution for question number 5.
Now, we have been asked to find the measure of angle X and Y, and as mentioned in the question, you can also see in the figure that angle SQR is 28, angle QRT is 65, and this one, that is angle QPS, is 90 degree. Apart from that, an important thing that is given in the question is that PQ is parallel to SR. PQ is parallel to SR. So what does that help us out? I can take SQ also as a transversal, even QR also as a transversal. Okay? Now, what are we supposed to find? We have been asked to find the value of X and the value of Y. Now, what is the given data? That PQ is parallel to SR. Let me utilize that. And at the same time, consider QR as a transversal. So, since PQ is parallel to SR, okay, and I take QR as a transversal, yes, what I can conclude is this entire angle will be equal to this one. Yes, what's the reason? Interior alternate angles. So I can say that angle PQR, that is this whole angle, will be equal to angle QRT. And angle PQR can be actually written as X plus 28 is equal to QRT, which can be written as, is given as 65 degree. So if I solve this, X is equal to 65 minus 28, and hence therefore the value of X is, when I subtract 65 minus 28, I get the answer as 37 degree. Okay, so I found the first part, I found the X. Now what am I supposed to find? Y. So this is 37 now. I've got the answer. This is 37. Now, what else I have to find? Angle Y. And then if you could observe, this is already given as 90. This is 90. This is 37. Can I find measure Y? Yes, because you can consider PQS as a triangle. Yes, so in triangle PQS, what do we already have is 90 degree, okay, or what we already have is 37 degree, and then plus this angle should be equal to 180. What's the reason? Because in a triangle, the sum of all the three angles has to be 180. So 90 plus 37 plus y should be 180. So with that, if I solve this, yes, 90 plus 37 happens to be 7, 9 plus 3, 12, plus, so 127 plus y is equal to 180. Y is equal to 180. 127 goes to the other side, it becomes minus 127. And hence y is equal to, when you solve this, 180 minus 127, you will be getting the answer as 180 minus 127 as 53 degree. Okay, so we have got x is equal to 37 and y is equal to 53. With this, we come to the end of question number 5. Now let's quickly get into question number 6, which is the last question of exercise 6.3 as well as of chapter 6.
Now, let us get to the last question of this chapter, that is question number 6 of exercise 6.3, which says, in the given figure, the side QR of triangle PQR is produced to a point S. If the bisectors of angle PQR and angle PRS meet at point T, then prove that angle QTR is equal to half of angle QPR. Let us get to the solution of this particular question and understand it.
Dear students, it has been mentioned in the question itself as well as in the figure that QT is a bisector of angle PQR. Yeah, what does that mean? That means QT divides this angle Q into two equal parts, which is also shown in the figure. Similarly, RT is another bisector which divides the angle PRS into two parts. Which are those two parts? PRT and TRS. Okay? Apart from that, we have been asked to prove, okay, prove what? That angle QTR is equal to half of angle QPR. Now, to get to the solution of this, I shall be using the exterior angle property of triangles. So, what shall I begin by is, let me consider triangle PQR. So, we have triangle PQR over here. So, I am considering triangle PQR, okay, PQR, and say, as given in the question, this is extended to point S. So, if I consider it that way, which is the exterior angle? This one. Yeah, and we know that in case of a triangle, the exterior angle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. In this case, this angle R, the exterior angle R, will be equal to the interior angle P and Q. So, let me use in triangle PQR. What shall I write? Angle PRS, that is this exterior angle, is equal to angle QPR, that is this triangle, plus PQR. Okay, and what's the reason? Exterior angle property. Okay, now if I could observe my figure further, the original figure, I have written PRS, but PRS is actually divided into two equal parts. One is PRT and the other one is TRS. So these two are two equal parts. So what I'm going to do is, instead of PRS, I'm going to represent it as 2 times TRS, because PRS is what? Gets divided into 2 parts. Yeah, so I'm going to write PRS as 2 times TRS, okay, is equal to, what is the next one? It is QPR. Now if I could get into the figure, QPR does not get divided into any parts. So what I shall do is, QPR will be written as it is, plus what is next? Angle PQR. PQR. You will observe here that PQR, that is angle Q, gets divided into 2 equal parts. Which are those 2 equal parts? PQT and TQR. So all that I'm going to do is, instead of writing the whole angle PQR, I'm going to represent angle PQR as 2 times angle TQR. Okay, so all what I did over here is just represent PRS as 2 times TRS and PQR as 2 times TQR. Okay, now if I try to solve it further, if I try to bring this 2 times TQR on the other side, so what do I have? 2 times TRS. This comes to the other side, it becomes minus 2 times TQR is equal to QPR. Okay, so what do I have? If I bring this, take this as common, 2 is common. Okay, so I have TRS minus TQR, angle TRS minus angle TQR is equal to QPR. So I brought the 2 that is common to both of them out. Now this is where I am right now. Similarly, if you could observe, there is another triangle. What is the first triangle that we took? Triangle PQR. Apart from that, there is another triangle which is triangle TQR. Yes, let me write that. In triangle TQR. Okay, now let me draw that for your reference. Okay, something like this. TQR, and this also gets produced to point S. So for this particular triangle, which is the exterior angle, this is it. Okay, we'll proceed the same way as we did for triangle PQR. So for triangle this one, I will write angle TRS is equal to angle. So this angle, the exterior angle, will be equal to the sum of 2 opposite interior angles. That is, angle TRS will be equal to this angle plus this one. So let me name them QTR plus TQR. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now what I shall do next is, let me try to bring this TQR onto the other side. So TRS, this TQR goes to the other side, yeah, and then I'm left over here with QTR. Okay, so this is what I get when I actually take triangle TQR. Now, if you could observe, yes, I have got, in the first case, that 2 times, and in the bracket I have TRS minus TQR, which is something very similar to what I got over here also. So what I'm going to do is, let me rewrite this for you. TRS minus TQR is equal to angle QPR. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to replace TRS minus TQR, which is equal to QTR. So instead of TRS minus TQR, what I'm going to write is angle QTR. which is equal to angle QPR. So the next step is, if the 2 goes to the other side, it comes into division. So QTR, 2 goes to the other side, I can write it as 1 upon 2. And then I'm left with angle QPR. This is what we have been asked to prove. Now, with this, we come to the end of this exercise as well as to the end of this chapter. That's all for today. I hope you have understood. Take care of yourself. Practice well. Until we meet next time with another session. Thank you.